Canada.
Early evening approaching in Philadelphia at sold-out Veterans Stadium. We're at halftime where the Bengals and the Eagles are all tied up at 14 apiece. Hello again, everyone. Kevin Slayton alongside Dave Lapham. The Eagles got off to the early start. They scored first. The Bengals tied it. The Eagles took the lead. The Bengals tied it again. We expected that type of a game, and we've not been disappointed. It was the running game that Dave Lapham talked about at the top of the show. That was the key for the Eagles in their first drive.
And here it is, Tony, the fullback. Both Byers and Tony did a nice job. Tony takes this, cuts back up over the middle on Solomon Wilcox, not touched till he's 2 yards into the end zone. Then Boomer Esiason retaliates Tim McGee down the middle of the field, really taking advantage of the safeties on this play. Tim McGee turns on the Astro Jets, takes it right to the corner of the end zone. We've got ourselves a tie ball game, 7-7 at this particular time. Then the Eagles come right back. Touchdown pass to Keith Jackson. And he just beats the linebackers, between the linebackers and safeties on that play to take the lead. Boomer Esiason himself comes right back, evades the rush, lays it off to James Brooks. He tight ropes the sideline, cuts back inside, takes it in the end zone to tie the game, taunts Wes Hopkins a little bit. Hopkins gets up, takes exception to that. Double shot to the face mask, penalty, 15-yard penalty on the ensuing kickoff, and things are getting physical.
Second half kickoff set for it as Breach is down there getting ready to tee it up, and he'll kick to either Konechny or Beal. 14-14 tie. A low line drive headed for the sidelines, and it goes out of bounds at about the 10-yard line.
The Bengals ball, or excuse me, the Eagles ball at the 35-yard line. Ball kicked out of bounds like that. No option involved.
So the Eagles will start off with pretty good field position again. That's been the story for them all day. They've been able to maintain good field position 3 times in the first half. They started their possessions inside the 40-yard line of Cincinnati. On 2 of those, they scored touchdowns, and the 3rd one resulted in a Solomon Wilcox interception. Jackson, the big tight end, in motion. The toss is to Byers. In trouble. Down he goes. McClendon, number 72, was the first one back there. The second-year player out of Arizona State.
Bengals ran a little stunt that time between excuse me, Leon White and Skip McClendon on that play. Skip McClendon looped around Leon White, the outside linebacker, made the play on that. Look at those yards rushing, Kevin. 11 yards for the Bengals, 93 for the Eagles.
And as good a day as Esiason has had, Randall Cunningham has had a better one. The time of possession story is the big number. You saw 21 minutes for the Eagles, just over 9 for the Bengals. Loss of 3, 2nd and 13. Cunningham to the air, now is chased out of there. Scow has him. That'll be a sack in the grass. Way back at the 23-yard line. So Scow has had a hand in 2 sacks for the Bengals today.
I believe that's number 3 in the sack category, or 4 for the Bengals. Jim Scow, look at how he just kept his eyes on Randall Cunningham. Grabbed him with both arms, swung him around in the grass with the sack. Did you notice on his pass rush, all he was doing was keeping his eyes firmly entrenched on Randall Cunningham. When you have a pocket quarterback, as a defensive lineman, you just rush to a point. You can't do that with Randall Cunningham. He won't be there. You have to have your eyes on him at all times.
That's a loss of 9. It's 3rd and 22. The Eagles have converted 3 of 7 third down situations. Jackson is split in the slot. And he's going to Jackson, a leaping catch with 2 defenders on him at the 33. Nowhere near a first down, as Barney Bussey was the first to make contact, but that gives you an idea of the pass-catching ability of the Eagles' first-round pick.
Not to mention the courage factor, because he went up and exposed, I mean, both defensive backs, Wilcox and Fulcher on that play, could count his ribs. He went up and totally exposed himself, and that's a big-time NFL play because you're going to take a shot on that, and he held onto the football as well.
Of course, at 6'2" and 250, Jackson may end up counting their teeth after the collision.
That's very true.
Telchik will punt it away. Martin is deep. Here they come, and he gets it off. It's a short punt. Takes a Cincinnati bounce, and it's down at about the 42-yard line. So the Bengals will operate with good field position. John Klingel, number 97, was down there. Telchik is not real happy about it. Scow, who got the 4th Bengals sack, both he and Buck have got 2 apiece today.
And that's a plus for the Bengals. Their defensive linemen are not big defensive line, two-gap type people. Small, quick, great ability to run. That's the kind of defensive line you like to have rushing the quarterback when the quarterback's Randall Cunningham. Jason Buck, Jim Scow, all with great speed.
First down, Bengals, their own 42. Evans back in the game at middle linebacker for the Eagles, number 56. He had been benched by Buddy Ryan late in the first half. Brooks, Jerome Brown nearly had him for a loss, and now he's stacked up near the line of scrimmage on the far side. Byron Evans, number 56, the man we just talked about, was the first on the scene.
Bengals still trying to establish that running attack. And as I mentioned earlier, Buddy Ryan is trying to take James Brooks out of the game. Jerome Brown made great penetration, couldn't get there though. Hopkins trying to run it down. Just everybody's, look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white jerseys around James Brooks. They're taking him out of the Bengal offense if they possibly can.
Dave, you saw quickly Hopkins was up from the safety spot to get into the backfield and support the run. Maybe that's why their defense has been vulnerable down the middle today.
That's exactly right. They have their noses in the running game with regularity. Can't play both, run and pass.
2nd and 8. See if Esiason tries to take advantage of it. He guns it for home, and it's tipped and intercepted by Hopkins on the far side. He has it down at the 45, and the Eagles have the turnover.
Homer Esiason a little disgusted on that one. Very catchable ball. Deflected off Rodney Holman's shoulder pads. 3rd turnover of the day for the Bengals. That's an interception you can't blame on the quarterback. Boomer rolls to his left, sets up, fires the ball. Rodney, instead of catching it with his hands, tries to cradle it with his body, ricochets off his shoulder pads, and Hopkins comes up with the play. That's the 3rd turnover Rodney Holman's been involved with.
2 fumbles, and now he has that one go off his hands. Hopkins just back into the lineup last week for the first time in 2 years after knee surgery. You can see what he's done. He only played about a half of the game last week and got a pickoff. Cunningham on first down to Byers. Here's the halfback pass, and he's smeared. And I mean, Reggie Williams really drilled him.
They're calling
it a pass.
Incomplete pass, right. His arm was in the throwing motion.
Well, Reggie Williams said hello in a most rude way.
That was a big hit by Reggie Williams. He did a nice job of deciphering. But this is a lateral. It's not a forward pass. It's a lateral. Keith Byers sets up, but Reggie Williams never gives him an opportunity to follow through on his throwing motion. Reggie Williams reads the play. Byers sets up, bang, puts his helmet right between the 4 and the 1 on Keith Byers. Never has a chance to complete his throwing motion.
2nd down and 10 for the Eagles. Byers out of the ballgame. Junior Tatalatasi in there to replace him, and he carries the ball. Gets a couple up near the 48 before Leon White, number 51, comes over to make the stop. Tatalatasi, the 3rd-year player out of Washington State. He does a lot of things for the Eagles, Dave. Plays well on special teams. We saw him deflect a punt earlier.
Tim Crumry and Dave Remington got into it a little bit, a little altercation after that play was over. So things are heating up a little bit in that as they kind of fight for territory right over the nose of the football.
3rd and 7 for Cunningham out of the shotgun. Jackson is split into the slot at the top of your screen. Here comes the blitz. There goes Cunningham. Flag is down. He has a first down at the Bengal 41. But a flag was dropped deep in the Cincinnati secondary in the area of Mike Quick.
Kevin, I'm wondering if he's going to have to pick that flag up. I think the referee was looking. He might be thinking defensive holding unless Mike Quick did something a little bit inadvertent. If that's a defensive penalty, he might have to pick it up.
Holding, number 29, defense.
Ricky Dixon, the 1st-round Bengal pick out of Oklahoma that just signed late.
Right, but the thing is, Randall Cunningham was not throwing the football. This was a design run, a quarterback draw. Ricky Dixon can play off of the defender trying to get to the quarterback running the ball. He's a running back at that point. He's not a quarterback throwing the ball. There shouldn't be defensive holding. In my estimation, that play, I think that's what the conference is about.
Bob McElwee will let us know.
Holding, number 29, during the run, 5 yards.
During the run. I don't understand that one. I can understand holding if Randall Cunningham's in a situation where he's going to throw the ball downfield, but Ricky Dixon can shed him, can use his hands to shed him. Sam Weiss is living on the sideline. That's his point. Can't call holding on a running play on the cornerback like that. He has a right to get to the quarterback as a runner. He's no longer a quarterback. He's a running back, which Cunningham basically is. He's a tailback with a howitzer hanging off his right shoulder.
You see what he's done running the football today. We told you the leading rusher on this team last year, the only quarterback in the NFL that led his team in rushing for the 1987 season. First down, Eagles there at the Cincinnati 36-yard line. Byers back in there, skipped through the middle of the line. He's into the secondary, down to the 24 before Solomon Wilcots holds on. But that's another Eagle first down, and we have an injured Eagle on the play.
This is the power play right up the middle between the tackles. Nice trap block thrown once again by Singletary, and Keith Byers takes advantage of it. First man to make any kind of a hit. It's free safety Solomon Wilcots, number 41. And that's tough when you have to hit Keith Byers. He's been unimpeded until he hits you in the secondary.
Singletary, who made the block, comes off. Adam Schreiber, number 76, a fifth-year man out of Texas, replaces him. Byers 30 yards rushing today and 9 carries. That was his longest game of the day, 11 yards, first down at the 24. Here he goes again. He's trying to get outside, stiff arms one tackler, and is ridden out by Fulcher. But I'll tell you, Lewis Billups knows Byers was there. He gave him a left jab that knocked him down for the count.
Byers almost stumbled to the ground, lost his footing a little bit, got a low center of gravity at that point, and Lewis Billups was trying to come up and force on the play, and Byers just shed him at that point. Watch Keith Byers trip a little bit on the AstroTurf. The turf monkeys get to him right there, almost goes down. He just stiff arms Billups at that point. Billups helped him maintain his balance after the collision. Byers took advantage of it. A nice run on the play.
He picked up 5, second and 5, so the Eagle running game is cooking as we have 10 minutes left in the third quarter. Eagles knocking on the door. Tony and Cunningham run into each other, then Zander runs into Tony, and that pretty much told the story of the play.
That's right, Carl Zander. It was a design blitz, a run blitz in that play. He filled the hole before the play had a chance to develop.
A lot of defense in the Raiders-Houston game. That one's at halftime. Minnesota handing it to New England. Denver the same to San Diego, and look what Seattle's done to the Chiefs.
Boy, Seattle looks tough. They beat Denver, and they're pouring on this weekend.
6 of 10, the Eagles in third down conversions. They have a 3rd and 5.
Reggie Singletary, he's not injured severely. He just has a twisted ankle. He'll be back in the football game.
3rd and 5. Cunningham out of the shotgun. Inside handoff is to Tony. He's shy of the first down. Leo Barker, number 53, the linebacker on the right side, came up to stop him. And that will bring the field goal unit out. Now Dean Dorsey has to be thinking a little bit. He missed an easy one near the end of the first half, just pushed it to the right.
Randall Cunningham a little frustrated, hands on hip as he came to the sideline. I think he wanted to throw the football on that set of downs at some point. Have to be patient, though.
Inside the 40, as I mentioned, in his career, Dorsey has hit 89%. And he's got this one right down the middle from 34 yards out, and that breaks the 14-14 tie as the crowd at the Vet lets Dorsey know he's back in their camp. 3-point Eagle lead. We'll be back to the Vet for more in a moment.
Today's game is brought to you by Oldsmobile. Test drive a new Oldsmobile soon at your nearest Oldsmobile dealer. By Goodyear Certified Auto Service. Nobody fits you like Goodyear. And by Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler.
Back live, Veterans Stadium, Philadelphia. Kevin Slayton, Dave Lapham. The Eagles on a 34-yard field goal by Dean Dorsey have taken the lead 17-14 with 8:26 left in the third quarter. This kickoff is sponsored by Budweiser, the king of beers. Stanford Jennings is deep in the center, and Dorsey with a low kick. Bussey gets in front of it. He takes it at the 7. Spins and is dropped as he gets across the 20 to about the 22-yard line before Scott Curtis and Ty Allard get down there. So Buddy Ryan's defense will go back to work after that 16-yard return.
One of the weaknesses of the Eagle team last year was special teams play. They were 27th in the league covering kicks, 28th returning kicks, 27th covering punts. They've done a tremendous job this afternoon on special teams. In fact, I think that's the reason for the 3-point differential. Great kick coverage. They deflected a punt. They've done a real good job on special teams, and that's 1/3 of the football game.
Bengals operate out of their one-back offense. Stanley Wilson is the one back there. Boomer quickly to Eddie Brown, and that's the third ball we've seen him drop today. Dave, just a lack of concentration, you think?
Yeah, Eddie Brown had that problem last season, Kevin. He's had a situation where he's had injured hands, bruised hands, and all through the offseason he bought Play-Doh, manipulated the Play-Doh to strengthen his hands, trying to alleviate the problem of dropping so many catchable balls, but he seems to have lapsed a little bit this afternoon.
We pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC television network.
WMAR-TV, your Summer Olympic station.
2nd and 10 for the Bengals after Brown's drop from their own 22-yard line. They trailed by 3, 17-14. Eagles coming with pressure. Esiason completes it to Brown. This time he sheds Roynell Young, has a first down, and gets out of bounds up near the 40. Just shy of it. Wes Hopkins was over there to shake him out of bounds after a pickup of 20.
Great downfield block by Tim McGee, giving Eddie Brown an opportunity for more yardage. Boomer drops, throws the ball on an out pattern. Watch Eddie Brown as he breaks that field. Watch 85 and the black come in and deliver this block. And boom, right there allows Eddie Brown to get. And Eddie realized the block was thrown. He didn't have to get out of bounds so quickly. Look at Bruce Reimers, pancakes, knocks Reggie White down to the ground. In fact, Reggie White has been held sackless so far this afternoon. A great compliment to the Bengal offensive line.
He has 16 sacks in his last 17 games, but none today. Pattis in motion on first down. They'll run it with Brooks. He heads to the outside. Roynell Young shoves him out of bounds at about the 45. Pickup of about 6 for Brooks, and he's talking to Jerome Brown, and that's a mistake.
JP, he doesn't care how big the people are. He wants to go after them. Takes the ball off the right tackle, turns it upfield to Roynell Young. Watch him lower his head. Boom. Delivers a tremendous hit. Did you see number 43 in the White's head snap back? That's a major league hit on Roynell Young. And James Brooks is only 185 pounds, but sometimes big explosions come in little packages.
He's not afraid to dish it out. 16 yards rushing for Brooks today on the 4 carries, 2nd and 4. And most of that has come rushing to the outside. Boomer Esiason going down the middle. He's gunning it for Martin. Overthrew him just a little bit. Eric Everett was back there, the rookie out of Texas Tech. Roynell Young was replaced by Everett after that collision, and Esiason noticed it and went right to it.
Once again, the Bengals go down the middle of the field. Michael Martin stretching, full extension. Ball just slips between his hands. But still, the Bengals are trying to abuse the middle of the field because the Philadelphia Eagles safeties are so cognizant of the running game. They're getting their noses up there a little bit too tight for the line of scrimmage. And Bengals continue to go down the middle in the passing game.
3 wide receivers in there for the Bengals. McGee and Brown to the bottom of the screen, Martin to the top. They keep an extra tight end in the block. Oh, it's nearly intercepted. Great job by Seth Joyner, but a flag is down in the backfield. And it's going to be holding against the Bengals.
Right, Joe Walter's upset about it. He's saying that Reggie White, he gave me the rip. Reggie White, he said, I didn't hold him. His momentum took him down to the ground. Joe Walter doing a good job all day long, and here's Reggie White and Jerome Brown getting into it a little bit. Munoz comes over to police the situation. But they're calling a takedown on Joe Walter, number 63 in the black for the Cincinnati Bengals on Reggie White.
Holding, number 63 offense. Penalty is declined. 4th down.
So it'll be a punting situation for the Bengals. And you see Reggie White involved in all of that fighting down there. We talked to him. He's such a soft-spoken guy yesterday, and I asked him how being a minister helps him in football, and he said, well, it's very simple. You know, it's a very violent game, but I know I'm playing for the Lord first and my teammates second, and that's how he keeps it in perspective. Bullhead's out there, booted away, has not had a good day. Has had one partially blocked. Konechny is deep to the Eagles at about his own 20, but Bullhead has not got anywhere near that distance today on his punch. This time he does. Konechny back at his 16. Has some room up the middle to about the 28 before he's knocked down by Barney Bussey. 40-yard punt, 14-yard return, 7:40 left in the 3rd quarter. Eagles by 3. Excitement has returned to Philadelphia Eagle football. A sellout crowd at the vet. Kevin Slayton along with Dave Lapham. First down Eagles from their own 28. 7:40 left, third quarter, and they enjoy a field goal lead. On first down, it's Tony over the right side. Crumry riding him down. Got some help from Joe Kelly, number 58.
That's Crumry territory right up the middle. Number 69 on Dave Remington on the nose. Plays off the block. And Joe Kelly and Tim Crumry combine on that play for a very minimal gain.
34 yards on the day rushing for Anthony Tony on 10 carries. 2nd and 6. Those big first down carries will help ease the pressure on Cunningham, who has all day to throw in one of his few core passes. I think he thought Keith Jackson would go a little bit further than he did.
Right, Kevin. I think they were on different pages. That's an option route. The tight end comes downfield and plays off of what the linebacker shows him. And Keith Jackson hooked to the inside. Cunningham expected him to hook to the outside and threw the ball that way. They were just on different reads.
We've talked about the great development of Cunningham, and he told me yesterday, Dave, that it's all because of the confidence that Buddy Ryan showed in him. And the great work that Doug Scoville, the quarterback coach, has put in with him. But Buddy Ryan, in turn, says no quarterback in the league works harder than Randall Cunningham at studying films, preparing for games. So on 3rd and 6, he tries to pick it up and does to Jackson. And the big man is hard to bring down. He knew where the first down was.
Boy, that was a great display of strength right there. It was borderline marginal if he had achieved the first down once he made the reception. But watch what he does after he catches the football. Here he works himself to the inside. That's not a first down yet, but he says, I'm not going down, and just pirouettes, reverse pivots himself over the 40-yard line. Tremendous effort by Keith Jackson. Boy, he's strong as a Brahma bull.
Eric Thomas was simply outmanned for a guy who has caught 7 balls today for 51 yards and a touchdown.
Eric Thomas, I should say, was calling for some help. Hey, where are my troops? I can't hold on to this guy all day.
First down, Eagles just across their 40. Here goes Byer. Heavy traffic, sheds a tackle. Kelly gets shed also, and he's run out of bounds. Crumry was all the way over there, number 69, but Byers, to give you an idea how strong he was, after he ran out of a shoe tackle, he ran out of a grasp of Kelly.
I think Byers, this is doing a lot for the season that Keith Byers hopes to have for the Philadelphia Eagles. Caught a lot of criticism after his performance against the Buccaneers. Averaged only a half a yard per carry last weekend. Doing a nice job. He's now got 45 yards on 11 rushes against the Bengal defense. He's doing a fine job in there, displaying speed and power.
Got 6 that time. Makes it easy for Cunningham on 2nd and 4. From the play selection standpoint. There goes Tony straight up the gut. Fulcher came up from the secondary, number 33, along with Zander, number 91.
You make a great point, Kev, when you said that 2nd and 6. Anytime you can gain over 4 yards on first down, it's so easy for the offense.
As we check the ticker, boy, the Cleveland Browns still have not scored a touchdown this year. They didn't score against Kansas City last week. They haven't scored today. Of course, their quarterback, Bernie Kosar, is out. Chargers and Chiefs getting pounded by Western Division foes, and the Rams and Lions are all tied at 10. Our game 17-14. The Eagles lead the Bengals. 5.5 minutes left, third quarter. Big third and short play. Cunningham on a naked reverse. Wants to throw it. Now he'll simply outrun Williams for the first down. He was looking for Keith Jackson, believe it or not, but he was covered. And Cunningham just tucked it under himself.
That was a case where you can't coach speed. Watch, Reggie Williams sees the play, knows Randall Cunningham is running out there on a naked bootleg, but he's just not fast enough. He's there, but you can't coach that physical speed that Cunningham has. And boy, it's just a safe call, tremendous call offensively. He's now got 64 yards rushing on 7 carries. Cunningham leading the team, which is not unusual. He led the team for the entire season last year. 505 yards rushing.
Buddy Ryan told us yesterday he hates to coach against a quarterback like Cunningham because you can have all the receivers covered, then he beats you with a big running play. Here comes the blitz, and it's batted down. It appears that Barker to White. Leon White, number 51, who picks it up, is the man who knocked it down. And that will put the Eagles in a 2nd and 10, so that makes it a little different than what they had been doing.
There's Randall Cunningham. What an athlete this guy is. I mean, he's a quarterback that can run 70 yards with the ball or throw it for 70 yards. And this is just deflected. Nice rush up the middle by Leon White and Carl Zander. White got his hands on the ball, knocked it down for an incompletion, but Cunningham can run better than a 4.640. He's high jump, 6'10" when he was in high school. This guy should be a decathlete.
Mike Quick told us yesterday, talking about the work ethic of Cunningham, to go come over to my house and just throw the ball around in the backyard. Like the kids do. Byers running the right side. Leon White, 51, and David Fulcher, number 33, combining to bring him down. He got inside the 40, and it's going to bring up about a 3rd and 6 or 7.
This was a problem area for the Bengals in the first game against the Cardinals. They allowed a conversion rate 8 out of 12 on 3rd down conversions, which is way too many, 67%. You're going to do better than that. And the Eagles have done a pretty nice job today on 3rd down conversions. And they're 8 out of 13 themselves, better than 50%. So this is a big one at this point of the ball game.
3rd and 6 from the Sesslin. Cunningham will try to pick up the first down. Here comes the blitz. Quickly reads it, hits Jackson. Nice tackle on the far side by Fulcher. Short of the first down. Well, if you're Cincinnati, that's who you want to be making that open field tackle on Jackson, because that's about your only chance.
That's exactly right. You've got a situation on a matchup. Keith Jackson catches the ball in the flat. Instead of Eric Thomas, you've got your big, strong safety. Number 33, David Fulcher, who's the biggest one in the National Football League, built more along the lines of a linebacker instead of a cornerback, trying to drag Jackson down.
They faked the punt last week, but they don't do it this week. Telchik tries to the corner. Latasi's down there along with Frizzell. They'll kill it at about the 10. So the Eagles elect to play it a tad conservatively on 4th and 3. They punt it. And with 3:59 left in the 3rd quarter, hang on to their 3-point lead. We'll come back to the vet for more in a moment. Next Sunday, join NBC Sports for more exciting football action. Kick off your day with NFL Live at 12:30 Eastern. Then our regional coverage of Week 3 includes the defending AFC champion Broncos against the Kansas City Chiefs and these Bengals against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Check your local listings for the game in your area. Kevin Slayton and Dave Lapham. Listen to the crowd at the vet. 17-14 Eagles lead. 3:59 left, 3rd quarter. Bengals first down just inside the 10. This is where a mistake would kill you. They'll throw it. Here comes Reggie White. And he gets it outside to Brown. Has a first down at the 22. That's how you beat the pass rush. Andre Waters, number 20, over there to make the play. Esiason was cool, just like a gunfighter back there.
Boomer Esiason, we talk a lot about the running ability of Randall Cunningham. Boomer Esiason provides the same thing for the Bengals. Evades the pressure by slipping to his left, hits Eddie Brown. Eddie Brown shucks the tackle there. Big first down to get out of the shadow of his own end zone. Boomer Esiason is the great improviser, just like Randall Cunningham. Watch Reggie White, number 92, flush him out of the pocket. And Reggie White runs a 4.640. Boomer simply evades him for a positive gain.
Bengals haven't come back to Tim McGee since his 78-yard touchdown catch early in the game. That's the 3rd catch for Brown, but he has 3 drops as well. On first down, they'll run it with Stanley Wilson. Chuck Joyner in there. Byron Evans also, number 56. Jerome Brown, number 99, at the bottom of that pile.
You know, Boomer Esiason is now 13 for 21 for over 260 yards passing. And that's over 20 yards completion, over 11 yards per attempt. I mean, just tremendous. Big play. When he throws the ball, they're getting big chunks. It's not just your 5-10 yard out patterns. As we said all game long, he's exposing the middle of the Eagles secondary with great advantage throughout the entire course of the football game.
Pickup of 5, 2nd and 5. That's one of the more effective running plays for the Bengals today. Esiason changing at the line of scrimmage now. And the clock has run out. Or did he call a timeout in time?
He called time.
He looked up, saw that clock was just about to expire, and as he called timeout, it did expire. 3-point Eagle lead thanks to the Dean Dorsey field goal. We'll return to the vet for more in a moment. We've kept you up to date on the football scores. Here's the American League East. The Yankees in the third still playing. Boston lost. Look out for the Brewers, as Dave Lapham said to me earlier. They have been hot. 2nd and 5. They've been chanting for Reggie White here in Philadelphia. And he heard the chant and acknowledged the crowd during the break. He's so anxious he nearly jumped. And he did maybe. A flag is down as Stanley Wilson is stopped shy of the first down. Well, Reggie's blood got going.
That's right. He had the adrenaline pump, and he couldn't contain himself. He wanted to please the crowd.
But Joe Walter, Dave, has done a good job on him today as we wait for the call here.
That's exactly right. I guess legal procedure has brought Reggie White into the neutral zone.
Joe got nervous that time.
But Joe, it's a situation, Kevin. I experienced the same thing. My first start against.
Illegal shift on the offense. 2 men moving. 2 men moving.
He got 2 people
Second
nervous.
down.
You know, Buddy Ryan said that we move Reggie White around on the line so that he doesn't just terrify one guy, he terrifies a whole bunch of them. He did it that time.
He can do that to you, too. First time I played against Joe Green, I just felt that, hey, Joe Green dominates people. If I block him anywhere nearly effectively, that film will get around the league and they'll say, hey, this guy can play. Joe Walter probably feels the same way. It's a no-lose situation for Joe. If Reggie White dominates, or doesn't dominate, but has his usual game, everybody will say he does that to everyone. If Joe Walter, like he has done, by the way, this afternoon, neutralizes Reggie White, his stock rises in the National Football League.
And of course, the question, I can't let you off the hook, did you dominate Joe Green?
No, I held my own, though. I mean, it was a personal Super Bowl for me. I was sky high.
2nd and 10. The crowd comes to its feet. They'd like to see Reggie White get involved. Esiason rolling right and throws too high, intended for McGee, and now he and Roynell Young, the defensive back, get into it. But it'll be 3rd and 10 for the Bengals, and if Reggie were ever going to tear it loose, this would be the time.
And the Bengals have not converted on 3rd down. They're 0 for 4 this afternoon. And last weekend, the Eagles held the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to 1 out of 11, 9% conversion rate, and 0% this afternoon. That's just unbelievable. Roynell Young climbs up the back of Tim McGee. Tim McGee takes a little exception to what's going on. It's going to be physical. It's coming down right down the wire here this afternoon.
The officials have been very quick to get in the middle of any of those fisticuffs, and I give them credit. Esiason on 3rd and 10. Plenty of time down the middle. Has Eddie Brown. This could be 6, but he's going to get caught from behind. Good job coming over from Eric Everett. Otherwise, Brown was gone.
Boy, if we can get another look at that pass protection, my hat is off to the Bengal offensive line. They ran a stunt, brought Reggie White right up the middle, and Max Montoya picked it up extremely well. But here's the pass pattern. Watch how long it takes for this play to develop. It's a crossing pattern. It has to be good protection. Eddie Brown, it's such a long time. He gets separation from the defensive back. Of course, they had the angle to knock him out of bounds, but Boomer Esiason was afforded a lot of time to allow Eddie Brown to run that long crossing pattern. That's Eddie Brown's 4th catch in the afternoon.
38-yard play. Terry Hogue, the safety, had been turned around by Brown on the move. 1st down running play to Wilson. Reggie White on top of him, but Jerome Brown was the first one there, number 99 at the bottom of the pile.
Once again, I can't say enough about the pass protection the line gave Boomer Esiason. 3rd and 10, and to get the best pass rusher in the National Football League coming right up the gut. Max Montoya stuck his head in there and picked him up. It was a great job.
They're at the Eagle 39, the Bengals are, with a 2nd and 6. So as we mentioned, the Eagles predicted on 1st down running plays. This time the Bengals are, and it gives Esiason 2 options. And they'll run it again with Wilson. He's hit by Byron Evans as he tries to cut back to the 35. Number 56, the middle linebacker, making the play.
That's where the Eagles have been so effective, is on 1st down. They keep so many teams in 2nd and 7, 2nd and 8 situations that's why their 3rd down conversion ratio is so dramatic. They stuff people on 1st down. 3rd and 8 is a lot tougher to convert than 3rd and 1, let's face it.
You can see 30 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Eagles have a 3-point lead. It's 3rd and 3. Wilson and Brooks in the backfield. The fake reverse. Brooks keeps it himself. Roynell Young had him measured, but Brooks has the 1st down inside the 30. Down at the 28-yard line of the Eagles, and that will finish the 3rd quarter of action here in the vet. Clock ticking down with 5 seconds left.
And James Brooks at the end of that play got up and said to Roynell Young, hey, heck of a job. When I'm out here in the open field one-on-one, for you to stay with me and make that tackle, I take my hat off to you.
And he did the job as the 3rd quarter comes to an end. At the end of the 3rd quarter, the Eagles lead the Bengals 17-14. We'll be right back after these messages from your local stations. This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League, and it's intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Philadelphia Eagles and the National Football League is prohibited. First down for the Bengals from the Eagle 29. Esiason wants to throw on first. Guns it, knocked down by Eric Allen, nearly intercepted, and that's the rookie from Arizona State that Buddy Ryan speaks so highly of. And that's one of the few times today that Esiason has challenged Eric Allen.
Just a great play by Eric Allen. Boomer has plenty of time, tries to look Eric Allen off by looking the opposite direction, throws a seed in there, but Eric Allen looks like he's the primary receiver. I mean, he's on Tim McGee like a blanket, just great coverage.
Buddy Ryan said he would have made him his #1 pick in the draft had it not been for the availability of Keith Jackson.
Exactly.
2nd and 10 for the Bengals. They would like to come out of here with no less than 3. That would tie the game. They'll run it with Brooks. Trying to get outside, does so, turns the corner, and is knocked out of bounds by Andre Waters, number 20, and Byron Evans, number 56, short of the first down.
It's one of the better rushes that the Cincinnati Bengals have had this afternoon. Before that carry, they had accumulated 38 yards on 15 attempts. That's about an 8-yard pickup, so let's call it unofficially 46 yards on 16 carries, which is exactly 3 yards a pop. Not scintillating. The Bengals would like to run the ball more effectively than that. The flip side of that, the Eagles have 152 yards rushing this afternoon on 31 carries.
3rd and 2 for the Bengals. Wilson has the first down after a nice cut. Hopkins and Roydell Young combine on the stop. But it was all effort from Stanley Wilson to be able to change directions behind the block of Anthony Munoz.
And that's where the Bengals like to run. They've run there for years and years. Short yardage, goal line. Watch Stanley just make a lateral cut. Anthony Munoz took his man inside, and Stanley Wilson just made a tailback type cut from the fullback position for a first down. 21 yards on the afternoon on 9 carries for Stanley Wilson. And they've all been tough earned yards, I'll tell you.
And he did it that time with Wes Hopkins trying to twist his head off. First down at the 15. Brooks in motion. Esiason in the air. For Brooks outside. That'll be a touchdown for the Bengals. Boy, they left the wrong guy alone that time.
I can't believe it. Broken coverage, and I can't believe that it was James Brooks that they left all alone. That's the first time that Boomer's thrown a pass of any significance to the corner area rather than down the middle of the field. And I think the Eagles had made an adjustment to try to pack the middle of the football field, and in doing so, they forgot all about James Brooks out in the corner. Look at Boomer looking down the middle. Then he realizes, holy smokes, look out here. My main man, James Brooks, number 21, is all alone. Broken coverage on that play, and James Brooks celebrates.
2nd touchdown catch of the day for Brooks. He also caught one against the Cardinals last week, and that gives the Bengals their first lead of the day. Jim Breach on to try to make it a 4-point lead, and he does. I thought that one was going to be blocked right up the middle with hands there, but he knocked it through. And that makes it a 21-17 Bengal lead, and Sam White is a happy fella. We'll be back for more.
Today's game is brought to you by Bud Light, proud sponsor of the 1988 U.S. Olympic team. Everything else is just a light. By Mazda and the exciting new Mazda cars and trucks for 1989. And by First Brands Corporation, makers of STP oil treatment.
Kevin Slayton and Dave Lapham live at Veterans Stadium. Dave, it was James Brooks' 2nd touchdown catch of the day that gave the Bengals the lead moments ago. They lead it by 4. Esiason over 300 yards passing. Last guy to do that against the Eagles was Dan Marino. Sean Beals at his own 4. Eagles need a big play. Flags come flying as Beals breaks into the clear. I would imagine you'll see an illegal block.
I would say so. Illegal block in the back.
44-yard return will most likely come back as Buddy Ryan. That's what it'll do. It'll go against the Eagles.
Holding number 97 on the receiving team during the run back.
You know, this Eagle
10
team,
yards.
a very young team. Their average experience is under 4 years apiece, and the average age right around 25 years. And Buddy Ryan told us yesterday that his team will beat some people this year. They'll scare a lot more, and in a year or two, they'll be playing with the big boys every week.
Yeah, that's right. And speaking of age, Kevin, this Bengal defense that's out on the field right now, they start 9 of their 11 people are 25 years old or younger. And that's with 4 years or less experience. They're very young themselves. So we've got a couple of young teams knocking heads here this afternoon. Bengals go 90 yards in 11 plays. Second touchdown pass to Brooks.
Excuse me, Dave. 6 touchdown passes for Esiason on the year now. Nobody in the backfield with Cunningham. He lost it out. Oh, a great catch by Quick!
Wow.
A one-handed grab with his back to the quarterback.
Unbelievable play by Mike Quick. You talk about an adjustment to a football. I mean, Randall Cunningham's not proud of this throw. You need to get a shotgun out to kill it, really. That's a wounded duck a little bit. Look at Mike Quick. Unbelievable. Does a complete 360, catches the ball with his fingertips. There's no wonder this guy has been in the Pro Bowl 5 consecutive years. Look, he doesn't even realize the ball's there till it's like 8 yards away from him. And he still turns his entire body and makes a fingertip catch. Incredible athlete.
Never did use the other hand to gather it in. All with the one hand, and that wasn't close. It was a stretch. He had to reach out and get it.
Great coverage by Eric Thomas. He's saying, what do I have to do to cover this guy?
38 yards on that play. Here's Tony following Byers, but he doesn't get very far to about the 45 before he's run down. Reggie Williams, 57. Tim Crumrye, number 69. Both were there. Quick has 3 catches today for 55 yards. He's so explosive. Last week he caught 2 balls against Tampa Bay, but he had 90 yards on the 2 catches.
And this guy gets deep on a yearly basis. He catches a touchdown pass for at least 70 yards or more on at least one occasion every year. He's had a 99-yard touchdown reception for a team record. Explosive receiver.
5 straight Pro Bowls tells you something. 2nd and 8. Cunningham guns it for Quick again. He makes a diving grab this time, and now he burns Louis Billups, who also had good coverage.
Tremendous athlete. Here's a guy, hey, he's the captain of the football team. His team's down by 4 points. He realizes that he can shoulder some of the responsibility to bring them back. Watch this pattern. Plants, watch the separation he gets on the cut. Louis Billups was in his back pedal. A tremendous extension, comes down, catches the back half of the football, comes down with both knees, not only feet, both knees in bounds. He's the leader.
15 yards on that play. 1st down at the 30. As the Eagles try to answer that Cincinnati touchdown. Here goes Byers left side. Runs into a hole, drags Crumrye with him. And Buck both. Gives you the idea of the power that Keith Byers has. There was nothing there, and he turned it into a 2 or 3 yard game.
That's exactly right. Tim Crumrye is a man in every sense of the word, no question about it. But Keith Byers slams it up in there. Really, there's nothing going on. Jason Buck's got him. Jason Buck tries to wrap him up. He just pulls Jason Buck for an extra 2 or 3 yards. Tim Crumrye finishes it off.
52 yards on the ground for Byers on 13 carries. 2nd and 7 for the Eagles. They're knocking on the door now. Cunningham under pressure, gunning for Quick in the end zone. If he pulls this one down, we'll have a scoop.
Oh, talk about climbing the ladder. Whew, he'd have to be about an 8-foot high jumper here. Don't put it past him, right, Kevin?
After those last 2 catches, Eddie Edwards was putting the pressure on Randall Cunningham, and Edwards is a story himself because he lost his starting job to Skip McClendon. And the 12-year veteran has been near Cunningham on 2 or 3 occasions today.
Right, Eddie Edwards had 91 consecutive starts at that defensive end position. He's still a valuable commodity to the Bengal defensive line. Eagles have converted 8 out of 14 third down attempts. This is the biggest one of the afternoon, though, right here staring Randall Cunningham in the face.
3rd and 7, 12:04 left in the game. Eagles down 4. He has time. Floats it out for Byers all alone at the 20. Needs a block to get to the end zone. And he did not get there. He's out inside the 1. Chris Carter was down there, his old Ohio State teammate, to help him out.
Great downfield block provided by Chris Carter on that play. And as we said a couple of times this afternoon, Keith Byers is a tremendous talent catching the football. You can split him out in the wing, Here Cunningham just in a shotgun formation. Byers runs a crossing pattern all the way across the linebacker position. Look at number 80, Chris Carter, trying to escort him into the end zone. They take it down to the 1-yard line for Keith Byers, actually the half-yard line. Tremendous execution by the Eagles.
Michael Haddock's number 26 in the backfield. They'll go out of the full house. There is Haddock's in motion. It's Tony for the touchdown. A late call from the official, but he got it in there, and the Eagles regain the lead.
Oh, the mark of a championship team is when you face a little bit of adversity, how do you react? Well, the Bengals took their first lead of the afternoon on James Brooks' second touchdown reception. What did the Eagles do? They undauntedly just march right back down the football field with great mix of run and pass to take the lead once again.
Dorsey on for what he hopes will be the 24th Philadelphia point, and he has it straight through. The Eagles lead is by 3 with 11:52 left in the ball game.
Randall Cunningham starting to put up some numbers. He's now 21 of 29, 230 yards, touchdown and interception. But Tony tapped that touchdown.
Back live at the Vet, Kevin Slayton along with Dave Lapham. The Eagles have just scored. Andrew Toney, this first time in his career that he scored 2 touchdowns in a game. He just got his second one on a 1-yard dive to give the Eagles a 24-21 lead. So the third-year player out of Texas A&M caps the 78-yard drive, and the stars were numerous as the kickoff comes down to Jennings at the 5. Jennings hesitates, gets across the 20 and gets busted backwards, but in that Eagle touchdown drive that answered a Bengal touchdown, you could see the maturing of this team and the great weapons, as Buddy Ryan told us yesterday, that he has. Mike Quick made 2 great catches. Keith Byers did wonders out of the backfield, catching the ball and running the ball. And then, of course, the touchdown comes from Toney.
That's right. He tapped all his resources that he has from skill position perspective in his offense. Great execution. But Boomer Esiason and his crew, no slouches themselves, the way they've performed this afternoon. Let's see how they answer.
Boomer's been a one-man show for most of the day, and he goes with Stanley Wilson. Wilson gets across the 25. Byron Evans, number 56, and Wes Hopkins, 48, were there.
You know, really, the Philadelphia Eagles play the run so effectively, teams have to throw the football. He takes the running game, the Eagles take the running game right away from you. And there you see the scoring drive that the Eagles came up with. But it's no wonder that the Eagles are dead last in the league with respect to pass defense, because nobody can run the ball against them. Last week, Tampa Bay had 40 yards rushing. This week, the Bengals have just about the same.
They gave up less than 100 yards a game on the ground in 1987. So when you get that many balls thrown at you, you're going to give up some yards through the air. Esiason, plenty of time, flag down. There's McGee. First time we've heard him in a while, just short of the 40. That'll be a first down unless Eddie Brown was caught doing something he shouldn't have done.
I think the call's going to go against the rookie cornerback, Eric Allen. I think he locked up with Eddie Brown, and I think they might call holding on Eric Allen.
Either way, it'll be a first down. It is against the Eagles. They'll just take the catch, which put the ball up near the 40.
It's nice to have that option. Take the better of 2 when you have a first down in each scenario.
Holding, 21 defense. Penalty is declined. First down.
Eddie Brown starts on his pass route. Eric Allen, this is more than 5 yards downfield. That's an illegal chuck. And then watch. Puts the clamp on him once again. The ball's in the air at that particular point. Boomer Esiason looking to his left the whole time, delivers the football. Tim McGee makes nice positive yardage out of it, gets the ball upfield for a first down.
Bengals at their own 39, trailing 24-21. Here comes the blitz. Esiason reads it. That's Holman, and Hopkins drops him. Good open field tackle by Wes Hopkins as Rodney Holman continues to add to what has been a very good day and a very bad day. He's fumbled 2 after he caught them, both recovered by the Eagles. Then he had a ball go off his hands that was intercepted by the Eagles.
And on that occasion, the Eagles came with both of their outside linebackers in that famed 46 defense that Buddy Ryan constructed, and the Bengals had a hot read. Rodney Holman was the hot receiver, executed very well. Boomer's now got 330 yards through the air.
And that offensive front of the Bengals has been sensational in keeping the Eagles away from it. 2nd and 5. They'll run it with Wilson to the outside. He cuts it back. Trips and falls. Byron Evans had a hold of him. He's short of the first down, short of midfield. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and short for the Bengals.
I couldn't agree with your statement, Kevin, about the Bengal offensive line. And there's Chris Collinsworth looking on. He's got a pulled adductor muscle, which is an attachment between your groin and your hip, and he hasn't been able to play for almost a month now.
Stanley Wilson shaken up after that run. The Bengals will face 3rd and 1, and they've been successful on 3 of 7 3rd down situations thus far. Wilson has had a very bruising day running the ball, but he has done well against an Eagle defense that, as we told you, does not yield much running yardage. The Jets have opened their lead over the quarterbackless Browns. Gary Danielson playing today. Houston closing the gap on the Raiders. Minnesota pounding the Patriots. Boy, are they. Same story in Denver and Seattle. And the Rams now have taken the lead over Detroit. Our game, 24-21. Philadelphia leads Cincinnati with 9:41 left in the game.
Stanley Wilson working his way off the field under his own power. I think all he did was when he planted his foot to cut back, just slightly hyperextended his knee. I don't think it was due to any contact. You see at the top of your screen, number 32 with the football right there as he planted to cut upfield. His leg buckled a little bit. Looked like the turf monster came up and grabbed his toe a little bit, and he kind of buckled himself and just hyperextended that knee slightly, but he seems to be fine.
And the rookie, Ickey Woods from UNLV, will replace him in the Cincinnati backfield, number 31. Went to the same school that Randall Cunningham, the Eagles quarterback, attended. Oh, I don't know if they got the first down or not. There was quite a hit that came on Stanford Jennings. Byron Evans, number 56, really laid it to him, and it depends on where they spot it, and they look like they'll spot it short.
Stanford Jennings went airborne, trying to hurdle the line of scrimmage to come up with the first down yardage, and just as he got off his feet, Evans made a tremendous pop. Watch number 36 with the football, goes airborne. Evans says, "No way." Oh man, that's a pop. That's big. That's training reel film right there on how to make a tackle.
See if he made it. Oh, by the nose of the football. Well, the Bengals on their own 49 keep the drive alive.
Now, once again, though, I'm impressed with the fact that Stanford Jennings did not go down after that collision. Stanley Wilson earlier in the game, same thing, took a tremendous hit, flushed his face, staggered but didn't go down. Stanford Jennings was airborne, took a tremendous hit, landed on his feet and didn't go down. The balance of backs in the National Football League is mind-boggling.
Woods remains in there. Brooks comes back in to replace Stanford Jennings. Esiason calling a change at the line. In trouble and guns it incomplete. Intended for Woods. Joyner was there, but the rush was coming quickly from both Reggie White and Clyde Simmons.
On that play, when Boomer Esiason audibleized, the rookie fullback Ickey Woods lined up incorrectly initially. Boomer Esiason had to turn around, wave him to the right spot in the formation. Here we've got number 92, Reggie White, working against Joe Walters. Pretty good job by Big Joe. Reggie White escapes him late for late pressure, but Joe Walters, number 63, right tackle for the Cincinnati Bengals, playing a fine football game, as is the entire line.
It always thrills the quarterback when he has to direct traffic in his own backfield. 2nd and 10 for Esiason. Woods the lone setback behind him. Boomer for McGee. He has him. First down deep in Eagle territory. Eric Allen back there defending along with Wes Hopkins, but Allen never did turn around, Dave. I think he could have picked it off.
I think you're right. What happened, Eric Allen got turned around, got disoriented where he was on the football field with respect to Tim McGee's pattern. The ball whizzed right by his head. Nice play by Boomer Esiason. Looking that way the whole time, steps up. Look at the protection. Nobody obscuring his field of vision. Look at number 21, the rookie, Eric Allen, never really gets his head turned around. The ball sails over his head while he's still trying to find Tim McGee. Just a little disoriented out there.
So after Esiason had left McGee alone for quite a while, he's come back to him a couple of times here late in the game.
Look at those numbers, 348 yards for Boomer.
Three wide receivers in the game for Cincinnati as Martin comes in and they run the play to Ickey Woods. Byron Evans, 56, and Todd Bell, number 52, combine on the stop. Todd Bell has not been around the ball much today.
Well, the Bengals have done a good job of neutralizing him with Anthony Munoz and Rodney Holming in the blocking game.
Jets have tagged another 7 on the Browns, and they're on the verge of blowing the Browns out in front of their own folks. Rest of the scores pretty much remaining the same.
Tim McGee's got 108 yards, Kevin, on 3 receptions. He's been the big play guy today.
78 of those came on a touchdown catch in the first quarter. 2nd and 7 for the Bengals. 7 minutes remaining in the ball game. Esiason under pressure, throws nearly intercepted by Eric Allen. And Boomer got a seat after he threw it.
By that time, Jerome Brown and Reggie White met at the quarterback. And Boomer Esiason, he was sandwiched between a massive humanity on that play.
So 3rd and 7 facing the Bengals, and Eric Allen, as we've mentioned, has made a couple of good plays. Got hurt on one play. But all in all, Buddy Ryan's young rookie has vindicated himself very well against one of the most prolific offensive passing games in the league as Jim Breach looks on, wondering if he'll get a chance to tie it. 6 defensive backs in there for the Eagles. 3 receivers to the top of the screen. Brooks on the underneath handoff. He has the first down with some hard running. So the Bengals surprise everybody. A passing team on 3rd and 7, able to run for the first down.
Tremendous call. Just an underneath handoff out of the shotgun formation. Watch it. Direct snap to James Brooks. Boomer Esiason faked like he had the ball. I didn't see that, to be honest with you. Tremendous play. James Brooks did a great job lowering his head for positive yardage. Just a great execution by the center, Bruce Kozerski. Direct snap to James Brooks.
First down at the 19 for the Bengals. They'll always throw a wrinkle at you. Ickey Woods trying to get away from Reggie White, but that won't happen.
You know, Kevin, that prior play, the Houston Oilers executed last season with regularity and with great efficiency. A direct snap in the shotgun formation to the up back, right to the quarterback's left. The Bengals saw that the Oilers had executed that extremely well and adopted it into their game plan. That's the first time they've run it this season, but executed it really, really well.
Reggie White, whom you saw a moment ago, still without a sack today. The guy that Buddy Ryan says is the best defensive lineman he's ever been around. Esiason into the air. The blitz coming. There is Brooks. He outruns Hopkins, but Eric Allen knocks him out at the 7. And it'll be 1st and goal for the Bengals.
James Brooks doing nothing to tarnish that reputation as the all-purpose back, running the ball effectively, and a tremendous catch out of the backfield. Boomer Esiason with a little play action. He's got Big Max Montoya in front of him, delivers the ball. Look at how open Brooks is. Just the great thing about James Brooks, as soon as he catches the ball, he gets his shoulders parallel with the line of scrimmage and gets himself upfield, north and south, positive yardage.
1st and goal, Cincinnati. They trail by 3 with 6:17 remaining. This is where you miss the good running game. They'll try Brooks. Hemmed in by Andre Waters, who did a nice job, number 20, to fight off a block and then get in there involved in the tackle and hold Brooks to a 2-yard gain. Maybe 3 if they spot it at the 4, which is where they'll put it down.
This was a problem area for the Cincinnati Bengals last season. They were 5th in the National Football League in total yards gained, but only 20th in points scored. And it was because once they get in the red zone, which is the 20-yard line in, they stalled. Let's see if they can overcome that problem on this particular drive.
2nd and goal. Ickey Woods stumbles his way to about the 2. Mike Golick, number 90, the 3rd-year man out of Notre Dame, in there to make the tackle. Bruce Reimers threw a lead block for Ickey Woods, but it didn't help out.
Here come the big people. Dave Smith, an offensive tackle, Brian Blados, an offensive tackle, work their way in. This is to emphasize what we were talking about, total offense Bengals 5th in yards accumulated, only 20th in points scored, stalled inside the 20. The flip side, the Bengals only gave up. They were 8th in the league in yards permitted, but then 24th in points scored against them, allowing too many big plays. So they had problems scoring, but then gave up too many big plays.
The Eagles have called a timeout. Buddy Ryan wanting to make sure that his defensive unit knows what it's going to do. Wade Phillips, their defensive coordinator, although you get the feeling Buddy Ryan will stick his head in the defensive huddle when there's a decision to be made. 3-point lead, 5:06 left. We'll be back to the vet after this. Wade Phillips, the defensive coordinator with the beard there for the Eagles, but I get the feeling Buddy Ryan makes the defensive call, and one thing they're looking out for here is the tackle-eligible pass to Anthony Munoz, the big tackle. He's been known to pull it down.
He's got 4 touchdown receptions in his career.
3rd and goal from the 3. Eagles lead by 3, trying to hold on. From the behind, there's a pass, touchdown to McGee. Esiason drilled from behind as the pressure came from Seth Joyner, but Tim McGee hauls in his 2nd touchdown catch of the day, and Esiason, Dave, has thrown 7 touchdown passes in 2 games.
Unbelievable gut check right there for number 7, quarterback Boomer Esiason. Rolls to his left, blindside shot. Seth Joyner hits him right in the chops. Look at the tap by Tim McGee on the back line of the end zone. Tremendous play. Watch 59. Linebacker Seth Joyner, boom, hits Boomer right in the face, knocks him down. He hits his head on the ground, the AstroTurf, after the collision, but he really executes the play. Tim McGee, tremendous effort.
Big point after would give them a 4-point lead. And they have it. So the Bengals, with 5:02 left, have answered the Philadelphia score with one of their own, and now they lead 28-24. A very offensive-filled 4th quarter of play here at the Vet. Bengals with 2 touchdowns here in the 4th quarter, and they take a 4-point lead. We'll return for more in a moment. We are going to stay with the action as the Bengals take the lead. Kevin Slayton along with Dave Lapham. Glad you could join us. We expected a great football game from these 2 offensive-minded teams, and that's what we've gotten today.
Unbelievable offensive effort, and Boomer's got 4 touchdown passes now, 2 to James Brooks and 2 to Tim McGee, with only 1 interception. Boomer came into the game leading the NFL with quarterback rating 122.4. Right now he's 20 of 32, 363 yards, 4 touchdown passes, 1 interception, which really wasn't his fault, doing nothing to really hurt that quarterback rating. He's just rolling up some serious numbers, and it's one thing to do it against the Cardinals. Now he's doing it against the Philadelphia Eagles, who we said at the top of the telecast is considered around the league to be a playoff caliber defense.
And again, the work of his offensive line, and I'm sure he'd be the first to tell you, has been the pivotal point, I think, today for that Bengal offense. He's been sacked twice, but on the other occasions really hasn't been bothered, hasn't been pressured all that much, and Reggie White, the prime pass rusher in the league, has been nowhere near him all day long.
That's right. Take your hat off to Joe Walter and everybody else for containing Reggie White. Just a tremendous effort on the offensive side of the football.
Breach will be kicking off. Konechny and Beals are deep. This is Konechny at his 10. He sneaks through to the 26-yard line where he comes down, and that's where the Eagles, with plenty of time, 4:54 remaining, will put it in play after that 15-yard return. Barney Bussey made the tackle, number 27 for the Bengals. So now it's up to Randall Cunningham, who told us yesterday that he feels like he's really matured. Some of his teammates were telling us they really felt as though he became a leader last year when he led come from behind back-to-back wins over St. Louis and Washington. So he's going to have a chance to come from behind today. First down from his own 26. They'll run it with Tony, and he's drilled and dropped immediately. Carl Zander is there, number 91, but so was Tim Crumry, number 69.
Randall Cunningham's numbers are chopped liver either, Kevin. He's got 21 completions on 29 attempts, 230 yards, 1 touchdown, and an interception. Those are good numbers also. And this is where a mobile quarterback, did you notice on the touchdown pass to Tim McGee, the fact that Boomer Esiason was able to roll to his left, avoided the pressure. Randall Cunningham provides the same option here.
2nd and 8 after a 2-yard pickup. Fakes the draw. Cunningham flips it out to Tony. Nice catch, nice move, but Wilcox just won't let go. Solomon Wilcox, number 41, the second-year player out of Colorado. He's done a good job today. Has an interception that spoiled a Philadelphia touchdown drive on a 1st and goal at the Bengals 7. That may turn out, Dave, to be the key play of the game.
Very definitely could be. And it'll be interesting to see what tactic the Bengal defense employs here. Will they have a spy? Will they have somebody just watching Randall Cunningham wherever he goes in the field? Will there be somebody tracking his every move? Or will they just come with severe pressure?
3rd and 3. Out of the shotgun. Here comes the pressure, and the catch is made by Carter. Has the first down and retreats and nearly lost it. Jim Scow, number 70, came back to make the tackle, but the veteran receivers will know not to retreat once you have the first down on a 3rd down play.
Randall Cunningham looking to his right the whole time, delivers the football on time to Chris Carter. What he does, as Kevin mentioned, goes in reverse, and Jim Scow puts a good hit on him, who, by the way, Jim Scow had dropped off from his defensive end position into a linebacker drop. He was involved in the pass coverage on that play, an unusual tactic. They blitzed the linebacker, and Jim Scow, the defensive end, dropped off in pass coverage.
First down, Eagles, their own 37. Cunningham, he'll run it himself. Look at the speed as he darts through the hole and gets up near the 46-yard line and picks up 8 more yards before Skip McClendon, number 72, brought him down with a thud. And Cunningham, as everyone in the stadium holds their breath, remains down.
Averaging 9 yards a pop here, 72 yards on 8 carries. He's grabbing that right knee a little bit. I think it was just a situation when he went to the turf. He hit his knee hard on the artificial turf. I don't think it was due to any particular contact. Randall Cunningham fakes little play action situation, decides immediately with the gaping hole to run. Right there, I think when he goes down to the turf, he hits his right knee fairly hard on the artificial turf, and I think that's where the injury occurred.
Don't forget tonight, come home to the best in family comedy, starting with Rags to Riches. Then it's Family Ties, followed by My Two Dads. After that, stay tuned for the NBC Sunday night movie, Shooter. Tonight only on NBC. Kevin Slayton and Dave Lapham here at Veterans Stadium. Matt Cavanaugh quickly up and loosening his throwing arm in front of the Eagle bench. That would be a terrible blow to this young team if Cunningham were not allowed to finish.
Cunningham goes to the turf. It looks like right there is where, when he hit the ground, he rolled his legs over each other, entangled his legs. I think that's where he sustained any injury that may have transpired there. And there's Matt Cavanaugh, of course, trying to get loose as quickly as he possibly can if Randall Cunningham can't continue.
And he's not a babe in arms, 11-year veteran out of Pitt. Cunningham's going to be all right, it appears, but he's heading for the sidelines, which would mean Cavanaugh for at least 1 snap. It'll be 2nd and 1, so if you're going to send in another quarterback, that's not a bad time to send him in.
Most definitely. It's a lot easier situation than if you're looking at 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10 on such a critical drive.
Myers and Tony in the backfield, and you can nearly bet they'll get it, one of them. It's Tony, first down and then some into Bengal territory, down to the 47-yard line. Wilcox and Fulcher out of the secondary to combine on the stop, and now Cunningham's going to come back in, and you'll hear the roar of the crowd when he does.
And there's the roar of the crowd as Cunningham does return, but Matt Darwin, the left tackle, threw the big block on that play. He allowed Tony to cut back against the grain, gave him about another 6 yards on the carry. Tony's now got 49 and 15 carries.
Momentum playing a big part in this game for both of these teams to go on afterwards. Here goes Tony, left side, big hole again. Can't break that tackle, though, as he gets close to the 45-yard line. Solomon Wilcox, number 41 again, coming up to make the tackle. I was going to say, if the Eagles could come from behind a win, of course, a young team gets just 1 game older and great experience. The Bengals, on the other hand, 2 big goal line stands last week gave them confidence, Dave, and now if they could do it again defensively, it would really give them a shot in the arm.
Right, and a big plus is they need a touchdown. Field goal doesn't really do you much good. You need a touchdown.
2-minute warning. We'll come back to sold-out Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia for the last 2 minutes. Back live, Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. Kevin Slayton along with Dave Lapham. The Bengals lead the Eagles by 4. Each team with 2 timeouts apiece left. Exactly 2 minutes remaining. Sam White of the Bengals nervously pondering his defensive fortunes. He He saw his team come through big last week against Phoenix when they held the Cardinals 1st and goal late in the game.
And I bet his defensive huddle right now has to be thinking Mike Quick. This is a situation where you go to somebody who's been there before, and Mike Quick most definitely has, the captain of the team. A couple of big catches, as we mentioned earlier in the prior drive, when they answered a Bengal touchdown. Mike Quick may be a factor in this one.
2nd and 7 for the Eagles from the Bengal 45. Cunningham will go out of the shotgun. Quick is to the bottom of your screen, number 82. Heavy pressure. There goes Cunningham. Great cut for the first down inside the 35. Solomon Wilcox, number 41, kept him from getting more, but that's the big play capability of the 4th-year pro out of UNLV.
Solomon Wilcox, the free safety, was the spy man. He had no coverage responsibility. As soon as Randall Cunningham broke from the line of scrimmage, he was there like an extra linebacker. He was the chaser after the pressure line.
Hurry up offense for the Eagles. Cunningham on 1st down. Down the middle of Jackson, wide open. Wilcox hangs on for dear life as Jackson gets inside the 20.
Just a great example of what the Eagles can do to you. Randall Cunningham runs the football. The Bengals start to worry about that. The middle becomes a little bit softer, and he exploits it with Keith Jackson.
9 catches for the rookie from Oklahoma. 1 minute left as the clock continues to run. Oh, the Eagles appear to move, and now Cunningham has to call timeout. The flag did drop on the far side. Now let's see if he called timeout before the flag.
I think he called it after the flag, and the flag will supersede the timeout.
We'll return to the vet and explain what happened in a moment. Back live, 52 seconds left just before the break. We told you we'd explain it to you, and we will. The timeout came before the flag, so there's no flag. Eagles have 1 timeout left. Sam White and the Bengals, Buddy Ryan and the Eagles. This is what the NFL is all about, as their teams have exchanged touchdowns today, 28-24. The Eagles trail. They're at the Bengal 20 for the 1st down. The crowd rises to its feet. Byers and Tony in the backfield with Cunningham, who go out of the shotgun. They have Jackson split in the slot to the bottom of your screen. He's been their big guy on the passing game. Into the end zone for Quick. Touchdown! No, he was out of bounds.
Did not get both feet down. Out of bounds coverage provided by Eric Thomas, 2nd-year cornerback for the Cincinnati Bengals. Perfect throw by Randall Cunningham. Mike Quick comes ball. The ball he never had possession.
Thomas able to either strip him or Quick just dropping it, one of the two. It looks from here, of course, it is back to us that he had it all the way. That's a big, big play. 48 seconds left, 2nd and 10. Does it again. Quick up over the defenseman back Thomas and can't bring it down. That time, Dave, the throw wasn't as good.
No, it wasn't. And I think Mike Quick's upset with himself that he didn't catch the first one. On this play, the crowd's yelling for interference, but Eric Thomas has a right to make the play on the football. Turns his head, gets his hand back to make the play, and that's termed incidental contact. Now Mike Quick reaching over the top. They've liberalized the pass interference rule. As long as the defensive back is trying to make a play on the football and has his head turned back to the quarterback, that's no interference.
Kind of catches we've seen Quick make today. I thought he might have pulled that one in. Fulcher screaming for a timeout on the far side and got it called just in time. Nobody had lined up to cover Quick.
Timeout.
How do you forget that, man? That's like when the Eagles forgot about James Brooks on the other touchdown pass.
Fulcher noticed it. That's a heads-up play that you won't see in the box score by David Fulcher, the 3rd-year player out of Arizona State.
Exactly right, and he's the veteran now. As you mentioned, 3rd-year player. He's the oldest member of the secondary right now. Lewis Phillips is a 3-year player, very young back there. Ricky Dixon, of course, the newest Bengal, just under contract for a week. He's been in some nickel coverages this afternoon, extremely young, but the coaches are high in that secondary, have a lot of speed back there and a lot of raw athletic ability. They'll be tested now, though. This is crunch time right here.
The entire defensive unit huddling on the sidelines. on 3rd and 10 with 44 seconds left. So in effect, 2 more chances for Randall Cunningham, each team down to their last timeout now. He's tried to hit Quick on 2 lobs to the corner of the end zone. I can't believe nobody lined up to cover Quick. Fulcher was dancing over there when he spotted it. He was jumping and screaming. Now they've got Eric Thomas on it. Here comes the rush. There's Jackson. He's in bounds. Does he have the first down? Ricky Dixon, number 29, was over there to make the tackle.
Ex-teammates on that play, both out of Oklahoma University. And Dixon made a heads-up play by keeping Jackson in bounds, making the Eagles burn their final timeout.
4th down. He was short of the first down on the 10th catch of the day for Keith Jackson. So 2 Oklahoma teammates combine on one play here for opposite teams.
Look at Randall Cunningham throwing off his back foot. Jackson makes a great catch. Boy, Dixon put a big hit. That's hard to bring down a 250-pound Brahma bull. And Dixon just dropped him immediately, keeping him in bounds, as we said, making the Eagles burn their final timeout. Plus the fact that they've got a 2 yards to generate for another first down.
Jackson says, hey, at Oklahoma when we ran plays in practice, he never tackled me like that. Barry Switzer has to be proud of his 2 first-round draft picks, making it big here in the NFL. So they're at the Bengal 11. They have to score a touchdown, trailing by 4. Sam White's nervously. This is what coaches get paid for.
Exactly. Deja vu for the Bengals. Same scenario last weekend against the Cardinals.
Tony, the lone setback. Not out of the shotgun on 4th and 2. The rollout. Here comes Edwards chasing Cunningham into the end zone. Too high. Looking for Carter. And Dave, it appeared that Cunningham had the first down if he would have run with it.
I think you're right. I think if Randall Cunningham had decided to tuck the ball under his arm, they would have had another couple or 3 opportunities to get the football into the end zone, because there still are 26 seconds on the clock. I'm not sure that that was the greatest decision that Randall Cunningham made. But look at Chris Carter. He's on the back line of the end zone. Cunningham just good break to the football by Solomon Wilcots, but Randall Cunningham could not resist that temptation. Chris Carter was back there waving, hey, get me the football, and we win this football game. Randall Cunningham was high on his delivery once again.
I want to take this chance to thank our spotters, Bill Friel and Mike McKay, and our statistician, Rich Eisman, for all the good work they've done helping us up here in the booth today. So the Bengals, with a big road victory as they kill the clock, will move to 2-0. And the Eagles, a learning process continuing as they fall to 1-1.
This is a big win for the Cincinnati Bengals. They realized that the Philadelphia Eagles, or they felt the Eagles are a playoff caliber team, and for them to win on the Eagles home opener in their domain is a big win. Look at Boomer Esiason, Dave Remington, best of friends when they were Bengal teammates, exchanging pleasantries at the end of the football game.
Our Budweiser MVP, time for the Most Valuable Player Award, sponsored by Budweiser, and today's MVP, Boomer Esiason from the Cincinnati Bengals. Budweiser will make a contribution to the United Way on behalf of all the MVPs selected in today's games. 4-point victory for the Bengals over the Eagles at the Vet.